What up, YouTube? Team Movies here. In honor of the release of Tenet, I decided to finally do it. I decided to go right ahead and do my top 10 favorite Christopher Nolan movies. Because Christopher Nolan is just the man. I mean, he's directed lots of great films. The guy's done it all. I mean, he's done the comic genre. He's done suspenseful films. He's still never done a horror film. I'll love to see if Christopher Nolan directed a horror film, but anyway, I cannot wait to check out Tenet whenever I'm allowed to see it, because, theaters in New York City, or who knows when they'll be open. But anyway, with that being said, here's my top 10 favorite Christopher Nolan movies. Coming in at number 10, I'm going to add this film titled Falling. Now, it's not really fully my favorite Christopher Nolan movie or anything, but I still quite enjoy it. It's actually his first feature film, believe it or not. Now, if you guys don't... here's what the feature is about. It follows an older man who listens to Billy's story about a Kelly writer who likes to follow strangers around London and observing them and all that. And so one day, Gil and a self-confident man ends up wooming Billy and has been following, and confronts him and all that. And so a burglar who ends up taking Bill under his wings and shows him how to break and enter. And so this is a bit of an interesting joyride. Like I said, it was his first feature. This was one of the movies that put him on the map. It got released in 1998. It's not really, to me it's probably not his strongest film in my opinion, but I still thought it was pretty decent. The acting was pretty good. It was very suspenseful. Had lots of dramatic moments. If you guys have not seen Falling, I'll say give it a shot. I think you'll probably enjoy it. Alright, coming in at number 9, I'm going to go with the World War II movie Dunkirk, which ended up getting an Oscar nomination and got a couple of wins. Now, this is a film that takes place in 1940s, and you got trapping Allied troops on the beaches of Dunkirk, who are all trapped and all, and so you got people, forces that are trying to help them and all that. This is based on a true story, so there's that. And you got a pretty good cast list. You got the likes of Tom Hardy. You had, who else was in this? Oh, Michael Caine. Harry Styles was even in this film. Christopher Nolan directed this movie pretty good. The sound effects was terrific to listen to. Dunkirk was a really interesting flick. I mean, Cillian Murphy, I thought, had some pretty good performance here. He was terrific. If you guys have not seen Dunkirk, it's pretty good. I mean, a World War II movie directed by Christopher Nolan, that's what you get with Dunkirk, Alright. Coming in at number 8, I'm going to go with the film Memento. Now, this is a thriller that stars Guy Pearce as Leonard, who's this man who's struggling to put his life together after the brutal rape and murder of his wife. And so Leonard's problems are very different from those most people in this situation, and he was very beaten severely by the same man who also killed his wife. And so, in order to, of course, keep track of what happens to him over the course of that day, he even tattoos himself with a few crucial bits of information that he can get, along with Al. And so, Leonard ends up retaining awareness that his wife was, brutally murdered. And so, however, he's convinced that he is very culprit, and he is very obsessed with the nation of taking revenge against a man who ruined his life and on. You also had Carrie Ann Moss, who was pretty good in this. Joe Pantoliano. This is, of course, also based on a book, so there's that. I guess you could say Falling was his first feature, but I guess you could say Memento was the one that really put him on the map. This Guy Pearce was terrific in this film. Christopher Nolan, I thought, directed this film pretty well. It had a pretty good mystery element. It felt like an Alfred Hitchcock movie at time. Memento is crazy to believe that the movie is literally 20 years old this year. I feel old right there. But anyway, if you guys have not seen Memento, I'll say give it a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. Alright, number 7, I'm going to add the Magician film, The Prestige. Now, this movie actually came out in the same year as another magician movie titled The Illusionist, so that was like a year for magicians. Anyway, it takes place at the end of 19th century London, and you got Robert Anger and his beloved wife, Julia McGalia, and Alfred, who are friends and assistants of a magician. And so, when Julie ends up accidentally dying during a performance, Robert ends up blaming Alfred for her death, and they become enemies, and both become famous and rival magicians, and are sabotaging the performance of other stage and all. This has a pretty good casting. I mean, you got the likes of Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, Scarlett Johansson. It's a Nolan movie, so obviously Michael Caine's in this. It has some good performances here. Good high caliber magic that's featured. It's a really terrific one. Who does not love a good magician movie? Like I said, really good cast. Too bad they never really done some sort of sequel. But if you guys never really seen Memento, I'd say give it a shot. I think you'll possibly enjoy it. Alright. The Prestige is... Did I guess something called Memento? I meant to say Prestige. My bad. Alright, number 6, I'm going to add Inception. Now, this is, of course, the movie about a dream within a dream within a dream. Yeah, it's a bit of a confusing film. But in Inception, you got Leo DiCaprio, who plays a thief named Dom Cobb, who has a rare ability to answer people's dreams and steal their secrets from subsequences. And this had an interesting ending. You had a good cast. You had the likes of Tom Hardy, Michael Caine, Ellen Page. You had, who else was in this? You had Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Some really great cast members. I guess you could say he was like, the character of Dom is, I guess you could say it's like Freddy Krueger, but he doesn't fully, kill you like how Freddy Krueger does. Who just does not love a good movie about a dream within a dream? The ending kind of threw me off. I still so wish they'd done a sequel, but that aside, I quite like Inception. If you guys have not seen Inception, go give that one a shot. Inception is 10 years old, by the way, this year. So, feel there yet? Alright. Number 5, I'm going to add The Dark Knight Rises. Now, of course, this is the third installment of the Dark Knight trilogy. This time around, you've got Tom Hardy portraying the role of Bane. Lots of people did not like his portrayal of Bane. I thought he was pretty good as Bane. I mean, unlike most people now, Bane is the king of face coverings, I like the fight scene between Bane and Batman. The fight scene was pretty cool to watch. You also had Marion Cotillard was also in this. Joey King appeared in this film. Liam Neeson even returned as Ra's al Ghul. I mean, The Dark Knight Rises, lots of people actually quoted the worst of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, but I thought it was pretty decent. A solid end to Christian Bale's Batman. I thought the film had some really cool moments in it. It was entertaining. I mean, I saw the movie about twice when it got released in theaters. I quite enjoyed it a lot. Alright. Coming in at number 4, I'm going to add Interstellar. Now, this is definitely a really cool sci-fi flick. It stars Matthew McConaughey, portrays a NASA pilot, Cooper, who ends up pretty much being sent across the galaxy and find which 3 planets could be mankind's new home and all. And parts of it it ends up taking place 1,000 years, couple years in the future. I mean, you literally got Ellen Burstyn, who portrays the very oldest daughter of Matthew McConaughey, so there's that. Mackenzie Foy, the for all that enduring moment in this movie, I'm not a dad at all. Like, I don't have any kids, but even I'm not gonna lie, I saw teared up with their moments. Matthew McConaughey crying in this is just, it's main material right there. You also had Matt Damon was in this, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain. You had Casey Affleck was in this film. Timothy Chalamet was in this. Interstellar was a masterpiece. It was magnificent, terrific. I mean, it makes me want to see Christopher Nolan do more sci-fi movies, because he has an act when it comes to these type of sci-fi flicks. I mean, crazy to believe it got released in 2014, and the movie is still pretty solid. Alright, number 3, I'm going to add Insomnia. I'm not going to lie, Insomnia is probably my favorite Nolan movie outside of the Dark Knight trilogy. I just really adore Insomnia. You know, it tells the story of this veteran police detective named, played by Al Pacino, who is sent to a small Alaskan town to investigate the murder of a teen girl. And he ends up being forced to a psychological game of cat and mouse with this suspect played by Robert Williams. And I mean, you also had Hilary Swank in this. It's an interesting murder mystery film. Robert Williams, I mean, him portraying a psychopath. I mean, whoever expected that Robert Williams could play a psychopath well? Between this and 1 Hour Photo, Robert Williams has an act for playing a psycho. And either Williams was terrific in this. Al Pacino and Hilary Swank was terrific. In fact, this is actually Christopher Nolan's last R-rated movie. I mean, since this movie, he has not really done an R-rated film since, really. But that is, I would be down to see him do another R-rated movie in the future. But anyway, if you guys have, Insomnia is also based on a French film, so there's that. If you guys have not seen Insomnia, go check it out. I mean, probably one of Nolan's coolest work right there. He should do more films like this, to be honest with you. Like, after Tenet, I would love to see him try to do more smaller movies like this again, because he had an act for these type of movies, so like Memento, Insomnia. It'll be cool seeing him do these type of films again down the line. Alright. Coming in at number 2 is of course Batman Begins. I mean, here this time around you had the likes of Cillian Murphy as a Scarecrow. Christian Bale made his Batman debut with this. Liam Neeson as the role of Ra's al Ghul was terrific to watch. You had Katie Holmes, Gary Oldman portraying Commissioner Gordon was terrific to watch. Of course, the origin story of how Bruce Wayne became Batman was pretty cool. I mean, we've seen that 1,000 times. You know, his parents get killed, blah blah blah. But still, Batman Begins. It was the movie that really brought back the Batman trilogy, because before this, the Batman trilogy, the Batman in general, like before this, the last time they had a Batman movie ended up being Batman and Robin, and yeah, we saw how that did. And so since Batman and Robin, they did not do another Batman movie until Batman Begins, until Christopher Nolan says, hey, I got a new Batman for you, we'll have the Batman Begins, and that's what we got. And yeah, Batman, I remember watching in theaters. I was pretty young when it got released in theaters, so I remember watching when I was pretty young. I quite enjoyed it. I mean, if you guys have not seen Batman Begins, give it a watch. It's a really good one. What's my number 1 favorite Nolan movie? Obviously, it's a no shocker. My number 1 favorite Christopher Nolan movie of all time obviously is The Dark Knight. You know, you got Heath Ledger portraying the role of the Joker. The late great Heath Ledger did such a good job as the Joker. You have loads of, like, Christian Bale, his second outing as Batman was terrific. You also had Aaron Eckhart as Two-Face, aka Harvey Dent was pretty good. Michael Caine, Gary Oldman. You got some really cool cast lists in this. I mean, of course, Heath Ledger ended up winning his Oscar for his portrayal of the Joker. And it was pretty cool seeing Christopher Nolan coming out to accept the Oscar on his behalf. That was pretty cool right there. to me, it's probably not only the best Nolan movie, it's the best Batman movie in general. The Dark Knight is just loads of fun. It's entertaining. The movie still holds up. It got released in 2008, and so many people still adore it. I mean, it ended up, getting Oscar nominations there too, so there was that. Yeah, The Dark Knight is just hands down Nolan's best work. I still always wish the movie got nominated for Best Picture, but yeah, it didn't get nominated for Best Picture. So that aside, it's still a terrific outing. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10 Falling, 9 Dunkirk, 8 Memento, 7 The Prestige, 6 Inception, 5 The Dark Knight Rises, 4 Interstellar, 3 Insomnia, 2 Batman Begins, and number 1 The Dark Knight. He's actually done 10 films. Of course he has 10, so I'm guessing that's 11. But Nolan, anything Nolan is in, I'll just watch in a heartbeat. Cannot wait till theaters reopen so I could fully watch Tenet when it gets released. Anyway, let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Christopher Nolan movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Team Movie signing out.